Hello, Sarah here, and I'm here to show you how to run your school UK chess challenge online. So at the moment, not many school chess clubs are happening because of the pandemic, but the lucky thing for chess is that it can continue online, and I've been running my local schools very successfully online since March. So I'm going to show you the ways you can do this. We use the Lee Chess platform, which is absolutely fantastic in my opinion and very easy to navigate, even for computer beginners. So let's have a look. Okay, so firstly you need to create an account on Lee Chess. So it's leechess.org, and then once you've got your account, you just need to log in. So sign in. This is my Lee Chess account. You'll know you're signed in because your username will be displaying in the top right hand corner. So you need to go Community, Teams, and then you can see I've got lots of teams. So let's create a new one, new team. Okay, so let's call this the Test Chess Club. You cannot change the name of the team once you've created it. I always require a confirmation to join the club, because if you don't do that, then you'll get lots of random people joining and you won't know who goes to the school, and it's an admin nightmare. So if you select the confirmation is required to join, you could put a location in and a description, or you can just leave that blank. You are required to solve a checkmate in one. Here we have Scholar's Mate. And then you just select new team. I'm not going to do it now, but that's all you need to do. When you select new team, you'll now get the link to the team. So let's just go here and let's select one of my old ones, and then the link's at the top. So what you can do then is you can use this link to send to children in your school chess club. Once they've got that link, they'll be able to request to join the team, and then the request will come up here. So you can see I've got various requests here to join my different clubs, and what I would do is, so I'd check this person is registered at the school, and then once I'm happy and I know who it is, I will click accept, and they'll be in the team. So let's have a look at that team. Once people have been accepted into the team, so you click accept, you'll be able to see their names down the side, and there you are. You've got your school chess club. You can always get new members at any point, and if somebody leaves the school or wants to leave, you can go settings, kick someone out of team, and you can select someone there and kick them out of the team. Team leaders, this is important. So if you have a couple of people that are monitoring and organising the school online chess club, then you can select somebody to be a team leader, and then they'll be able to create tournaments and make any edits to the school club. So the one thing to mention though is they need to be a member of the team to be a team leader. So if I wrote, let's just pick a random name, somebody that I've made up, and click save, that person won't be a team leader up here because they're not in the school team chess club. So they need to be in the school team chess club to be able to be made a team leader. Okay, so let's have a go at creating tournaments. Bring you back here for a moment. So there's three ways of running the UK Chess Challenge. You can use a Lee Chess Arena, you can use a Lee Chess Swiss, and you can use Lee Chess and manual pairings. We'll start by looking at the Lee Chess Arena. So you just need to go to your club and then select Team Tournament. This is an arena event. So these are very, very popular for the reason that you play the match, and then as soon as somebody else is finished, they'll get paired against another person that's waiting. So you tend to get very, very short breaks between your matches if you do an arena. It's not a Swiss system, you just play the next available person. But that's fine for the UK Chess Challenge. If you want to do it that way, that's absolutely fine. The children, in my experience, they love it. It's very, very fun, and there are certain things where you can get streaks if you win lots of games, things like that. So you could run it like that. Let's call it the Test Arena, UKCC Arena. I normally select rated, It's just elite chess racing, so it's not that important. Standard chess, clock time, well, probably need to go with something, maybe 6 minutes and 2 seconds, probably a good time for the school tournament. Most children finish really fast, but try and encourage them to play a bit slower. Think about their moves. Duration, so you can select how long you want the arena to last. So if you were doing the UKCC one and you wanted to get it done in an hour, then just select 60 minutes, and time before the tournament starts there'll be a countdown timer at 5 minutes. Tournament description, you can write what you want there. So you might decide you wanted all the year groups to be separate, but I'd probably do them as all in ones. So you type in your tournament description, and if you want to password protect it, you would only do this if you decided you were going to have a year 2 tournament, a year 3 tournament, a year 4 tournament, and year 5 and year 6 all in the same team. Then it's very useful to password protect them, because then you don't get children accidentally going in the wrong one. So to do this, you go on to advanced settings, and then you set a password. So something simple like year 2 will suffice. Make sure that only members of this team can join. So I'm using the example of Manchester Grammar School. And here, the berserking is where players can have half the amount of time and get double the points. Probably wouldn't recommend that for the tournament, for the UK Chess Challenge. I'd take that off. Arena streaks is after 2 wins, they get more points. They get 4 points instead of 2 for each game they win. This makes it quite fun and exciting for the children, but maybe I suggest for the UK Chess Challenge, as we're going to be a bit serious, maybe take it off. But like I say, it is up to you. Whatever works for you in your school and your chess club. And then you can select the custom start time. So say I wanted to run it on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Select that there, and then click create a new tournament. And here we have it. The person that does the tournament, they will be entered into it. So you do need to withdraw yourself unless you want to play. And there it is, the UKCC Test Arena, only for people in the Manchester Grammar School Chess Club. If we go to this club now, you can see that it's appearing here in the link to the Manchester Grammar School tournament. So if anyone is in the group, they just need to see it there, Test UKCC Arena, and to join, they just click join, and then I think I did the password as year 2, and now as soon as your name appears there, you know you're in the tournament. So I might chase up a few people who said they were going to enter and they didn't, or they thought they'd entered and they hadn't. So you can check who's in it just by scrolling along. So let me just go back and show you an example tournament we had earlier in the year. So this is the standings at the end of it, and you can scroll along to see who's in it. So I had 23 players in it, and that's as simple as it is to do an arena. If you want to try and to mirror what we used to have in the UK Chess Challenge, then you should be looking towards the Swiss tournament. So this is where if a player is on 1 point, they'll play someone else that's on 1 point. If a player has lost the first 3 games, they'll play someone else that's lost. So you kind of get fairer opponents that way. But the only downside is that players will have to wait between the games. So I just did that without saying. So I go here, you click Swiss tournament, test Swiss. Oops, I can't spell. Test Swiss. 7 rounds is usually what we do for the UK Chess Challenge. So to keep the continuity, I suggest you keeping that. Standard chess. Now for the Swiss tournaments, I would advise maybe going with something like 7 minutes or 10 minutes, but with no increment. Because with the increment, you get a couple of seconds after every move. But if you get a scenario where somebody doesn't know how to checkmate, the game can go on and on and on. And all the other players are waiting around until that one game's finished. Whereas if they don't know how to checkmate and you have 0 increment, then the game will end up because somebody loses on time or they agree a draw. So this just means you can plan exactly how long the competition will last, because it's 7 minutes, so a total of 14 minutes for that game, 7 minutes for each player, and 7 rounds. So you can plan exactly how long it will last. You can tell the parents, child needs to be on at this time, it will last this amount of time, and it's just a lot easier. And with the increments, you cannot tell when the tournament will finish because the odds game might go on for a lot longer. Again, you can pick your interval between rounds. Now, I usually take it to something like 5 seconds because you don't really want long between the rounds. Bear in mind that most children will finish really fast and they'll be waiting for that one game to finish. Players are playing looking at a computer screen, so I don't really have long intervals between rounds. You can't have a longer interval in the lunch break or something, so I just recommend keeping that very minimal, maybe 5 seconds. And you can choose the start time, so choose the day. Let's go again with Saturday at, let's do it at, what should we do, 9 o'clock in the morning. Something like that. No, 8:59. Oh, that's the evening. I didn't mean to do that. I'll talk it to AM. Okay, so you pick your time. Tournament chat. Now, if you don't want the children to talk, then you can select either no chat or only team leaders, which means the teachers can give any notifications in the chat. I quite like to let my children talk. Those that don't want to view it, and they'll have kids mode enabled anyway. But because it's only children from my school, I know exactly who's saying what. So if there was some chat that I didn't like, then I would know who to get in touch with. So I feel like that's perfectly safe. But if you want to just turn the chat off completely, then click no chat, or even only team leaders, if the teachers want to sort of announce when the next round is and answer any queries. Again, you can password protect it. I wouldn't do that if it was open to everyone, but if you were going with a year 2 tournament, a year 3 tournament, then it's very helpful because it just stops children accidentally entering the wrong one. And there you are. You just have to click create tournament, and we have it. So that was very easy. And okay, it's a bit fiddly if you're new to it, but you can do some practices. Now, I can cancel these tournaments now. You click on it, and I can go there. I can just click cancel tournament. So you can have a good test and a good play before you set them up. And I'll cancel this one as well. Click on the cog, cancel the tournament, and there we go. So that is how to do the Swiss tournament. And you probably will have some questions, but I think it's important to learn the basics first. And you could have like a warm-up tournament just to get people familiar with it, because there's things like if you start a game and you don't move within the first, I think it's 20 seconds, then you lose. Now they do this for elite chess, do this for a few reasons, but it's good to get the children familiar with it. Another thing I do is when I'm running the school tournament, I set up a school WhatsApp group. So it just means that a chess team WhatsApp group, so parents can communicate quickly if they've got any issues, and another parent will help out if someone says, oh, I'm not sure about this. So it's quite a good way of communicating if you're doing it remotely. Okay, so we're almost there. Finally, some people have asked me, well, they are actually in the school, but children are in different bubbles, so they can't play over the board chess, but they want to run this tournament once a week in the school. Now that is possible, however, it does require quite a bit of manual work from the teacher. So it's not something I'm doing in my schools, I just run them as Swiss tournaments. However, it's not that difficult, so you just need to be very organised, and the children need to know exactly what they're doing, because it is a manual process. So you would get your pairing cards, which you'll receive in the pack, and you write out the player's name, and you say who they're playing against. So I'd write their lead chess handle name on the pairing card if you're going to do it like this. And then, for example, if I was Sarah Longston on my pairing card, and I'm drawn to play against, let's say, John Ben, then they need to challenge each other. So they click play, and then play with a friend. Here you select the time. So if I was told I needed to be white in this game, I'd select white, and if I was told 10 minutes with 0 increment, I'd do 10-0, and then I'd select white. And now I'm going to invite John, Ben, to the match. So I'm challenging John, Ben, who the teacher has told me I need to play. I'm white, he's black, and then he just has to accept that challenge. Once he's accepted the challenge, then the game will start. And we just play a normal game, and then afterwards we'll need to see, they'll need to tell you how they got on. Or if you understand Lee chess, you could actually go into their profile and mark on the card who won that match. But like I say, this is quite a lot of manual work, and it's a bit fiddly. So I'd advise against it unless you're up for the challenge, because it's nice. You can have one match a week, you can have the score chart at the school, and the kids can get really excited. They can come in and see who they're playing against. So it is very nice, but it is a manual process, so you need to really be sure what you're doing. So if you then wanted to go and have a look at that match, go to games, and let's say you go here, you can see who you've played against, and you can see the results of the match. So you just click on the game, you can see who won in that particular game. So I've gone through the options. You can use a Lichess Arena, you can use a Lichess Swiss, or you can use Lichess and manual pairings. Don't feel you have to do it the way that we've said. You can do it however you want. It's completely up to you. If you want to have 6 rounds instead of 7, that's also fine. And Lichess are also working on a Swiss system where you can actually determine when you do the pairings. So watch out for that. That might be quite useful if you want to have 1 game a week. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, please do get in touch, and I'm always happy to help.